G'day guys, this is Renee. I just wanted to show you some of the orchids that I have in flower. So I'm starting off with my favourite phalaenopsis in my collection. I don't have an ID for this plant, I don't know what it is, but it has these little red flowers, good substance. My favourite thing about it is how it smells. It smells like lemon lollies, like sherbet lemons or something, and it's really strong. I took it into the office at work for a few days, just so more people could appreciate it, and all morning it made the whole office smell like lemons. Really good, really beautiful. It's flowered, it's rebloomed for me about 3 times in 2 years. It's in bloom about as much as it isn't. Sometimes it has 2 spikes at once and the spikes branch freely. It's just in a terracotta pot, growing in large ceramis. I can't really show you, but it's growing in large ceramis with a top layer of sphagnum moss. I like to do the top coat of sphagnum moss for a lot of orchids. I find it just really helps to keep the humidity in the pot without causing any sogginess that you might get from potting completely in sphagnum moss. I'm just holding the spike up because it's quite windy today. I wish I knew what this orchid was. I want another one. When these flowers are done, I think I'll put some cakey paste on this spike. Try to make a cakey so that I have a backup, because if I lost this orchid I'd be very disappointed. Alright, so that's that one. We'll move on to the next one. Alright, so this one is Dendrobium linguiforme, also known as Dockrillia linguiforme. And there's another one that's really similar that's called Dockrillia nugentii. I don't know which one I actually have. I think it's linguiforme. It has tiny little white flowers. It's growing on a big block of wood, and the leaves are these weird little tongue-shaped succulent leaves with very short rhizomes. The leaves feel really rough. They kind of feel like shark skin. They're hard and leathery. Only blooms once a year. Doesn't last that long either, but it's such a cool little plant. I just like having it, whether it flowers or not. Alright, here we have Oncidiums Pacific Paragon. So this is a complex hybrid between Oncidium and Miltoniopsis. It's got these strange little reflex flowers. They have that lovely sort of waterfall pattern that you find on Miltoniopsis. It has 2 spikes on it, but only one of them's open. One of my favourite things about this plant is the fragrance. It smells like fresh apricots quite strongly. It'll fill up a room most of the day. So it's growing in a clay pot, just in small ceramis. I put a little bit of dead sphagnum moss on top for the new leaves. Oh, there's my cat. Hello. Yeah, pretty standard oncidium culture. It doesn't mind the heat. I'll go get the other oncidium next. Okay, this is Colmonara Jungle Monarch. The spike is so tall that it's quite hard to find a spot to actually put it where I can show it to you. So the plant is just 3 bulbs and it produces this huge flower spike. The flowers smell actually quite similar to the Sherry Baby. Chocolatey, vanilla-y, flowery. And they started smelling before they even opened. The buds smelled great before they even opened. The plant's growing in a glazed clay pot in leca pellets. I'm really surprised that an oncidium does this well in leca. It doesn't seem to mind at all. It's actually completely stuck to the pot. Really solid root system as far as I can tell. So as long as you can keep your watering up, there's no reason you can't grow an oncidium in leca. This one was just from one of those big box hardware shops, you know. I actually bought it without flowers and I did not know what it was, but the dead flowers smelled good, so that was a good enough reason for me. Alright guys, that's about all for today. Thanks for dropping in. I'll see you next time.